visuals, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back, great way to start a video. Welcome back to yet another film review, spoiler film review. This time it's for Transformers Uno. Right, I've took the day off work and I've gone to see Transformers 1 all by my Billy Lonesome, but it's alright, I'm going again tomorrow morning with the legend himself, Christopher. But yeah, this is my spoiler-free review, spoiler-free thoughts. In about a week or so time, we'll have a spoiler-heavy podcast where we'll get into the details and all the nitty-gritty stuff. But for now, you're safe, zero spoilers. Transformers 1 is officially out and we are on a great, amazing, beautiful, fun-filled, hard-hitting, quite emotionally somewhat heavy adventure following Orion Pax. I've always said Orion Pax, correct me if I've been pronouncing that wrong my whole life. D16, B127 and Elita 1, but obviously it's Bumblebee, Megatron and all that kind of shenanigans. But I'll just call them Optimus and whatnot in case anybody doesn't recognise or know the names of what they are before what they are. I had a meal out that, a big old mouthful, didn't I? But yes, Transformers 1, what a friggin' fun film. Yes, I know I'm Mr. Optimistic. Most things I watch and most things I say, I'm like, that was fun, I had great fun with that. But once again, we've got into one of these worlds of a franchise that we adore, like a Marvel, like recently with TMNT, we've gone to the animated route. I know TMNT and stuff have been animated before, but having these sort of animated journeys of these heroes and these characters going forward, we're doing it again, and once again, I think it's another hat-trick. Spider-Verse stuff being all animated and that, perfect. The TMNT ship, Mutant Mayhem, going forward, the animation there, beautiful. And Transformers 1, the animation here, absolutely phenomenal. It looks so great. It looks flawless. I thought it was so clean and smooth. The colors, the shapes, how it was animated. It's like a unique animation to this film, like Mutant Mayhem was unique to that, and Spider-Verse was unique to that. I feel like this is, because it didn't look Pixar-y, it didn't look DreamWorks-y, it looked like its own thing. The film looked absolutely great. And a lot of people are up and down with Transformers for the most part. Well, no, in fact, for all of it. I'm thumbs up because I'm there for a fun little adventure of robots smashing the shit out of each other. I don't need Transformers to be overly complex and overly detailed and articulate with the story. As long as I see Transformers smash it up, that's what I'm there for. But this one does take a somewhat hard, heavy approach at storytelling, because it's kind of like a little bit buddy cop, but without being cops, sort of comedy kind of thing, like a buddy comedy. The start of Megatron and Optimus before they went on to be Autobot leader and Decepticon leader and having their split. And it's very fun and heartfelt, and throughout the whole film it's kid friendly, but it's very kid friendly with the jokes and all that kind of stuff. But we do take a nice heavy little turn of, again, like the separation of the divide of Optimus and Megatron until they go, you know, their separate ways and stuff. There's some hard and heavy and quite cold lines delivered in this between Megatron and Optimus and stuff. And it's so much fun, but it's not like the fun does not overshadow the heaviest tones, the more dramatic stuff that's going on. We've got some great comedy with B constantly repeating, isn't it? I am Badassatron, doing that repeating kind of stuff and watching him run away. The stuff that you see in the trailers, like when he transforms and the wheels come out and shit like that, that doesn't overshadow or outshine the hard-hitting stuff. It's kind of like it flows nicely and beautifully. I know some people have had issues with Marvel when they'll chuck in jokes at the wrong moments and all that kind of stuff. I feel like this ticked all the boxes, and it did everything at the right spots at the right time. Beautifully paced. The film wasn't mega long at all. I think it was like an hour and 20 or some shit like that. Somebody can correct me in the comments, but it didn't feel like a mega long film, but it was paced just beautifully, and it's definitely set up. I don't know if there is any plans, but I feel like there is going to be a sequel to follow. And stuff coming out with it, but it was so much friggin' fun. It was great. It's a near on tearjerker at moments. You fall in love with these characters. If you're a big Transformers fan that you already love, but this earlier, more raw version, and where it's just like you think, you know, they're junkers, they're not going to aspire to much, but they want to. There's a great bit that just shows what Bumblebee really is in regards to him and Optimus, and Bumblebee finding that thing before he's silly and goofy to becoming this ultimate leader. You get these little building blocks and you see all this shit to eventually form the characters that we love and no one loves today. I really do think you'll have a few moments of like, that was cold as fuck, that was badass, but you will have a chuckle and a giggle. Like I said, I know it's family-friendly humour and shit like that, but you will chuckle along. It's been written beautifully. The voice acting by everybody involved, absolutely outstanding. I was a little bit is it comprehensive? Is that the word? I don't know. I was a little bit hesitant because I'm thinking, Peter Cullen, that's Optimus Prime. Chris Hemsworth, I love you, but you're not Peter Cullen. And obviously, the other people have had a go at Optimus before in the past, but it always felt like they were trying to go similar to Peter Cullen, what he could be. But Chris took it his own route. He did his own take. It was his own voice. And the more I hear it, I do think, okay, maybe this is the early voice, the early sound of Optimus before he fades into Peter Cullen and what we know and love today. I don't know if I can, my name is, I can't do a fucking impression. But I was a bit like, about, but no, credit to Chris, he did a great job. That's a huge, all of them have huge characters on their shoulders, but it's a huge, iconic voice and sound that you need to say, okay, I'm taking the reins for a bit and I'm going to put my own take on it. And it's a big shoes to fill. And I think he did a good job at filling them. Yes, Peter Cullen will always be the voice and will always be the best voice. But this was absolutely awesome. It wasn't lackluster. It wasn't flat. It didn't fall short of it. It was, Chris Hemsworth did a brilliant job. Not just him, everybody did, from, again, the early sounds of Megatron and then to what it would sound like towards the end. Because I think you can kind of hear his subtle drift into, well, it depends what side of the fence you sit on. You could be a Decepticon, but his descent into sort of more evil, darknessy. Because it is somewhat justified as to why Megatron would do the things he does and why he has this outlook and stuff like that. It's all done well and stuff like that, but you can slowly hear that sort of, that dip into it. Transformers 1, I was always going to love it. It's Transformers. I'm seeing stuff run around and transform and shoot and fight. I was always going to have fun with it, but Jesus friggin' Christ, I may have just watched one of my favourite films of the year without a shadow of a doubt. It was phenomenal. It was great. Like I said, visually great, funny, brilliant story, great acting, some hard and heavy hitting moments. I keep fucking saying that, don't I? That just all blend into one perfectly, beautifully paced, great story. It's a really fun film, and I think any Transformer fans, I think, will have this and fall in love with it, because there's a lot of Transformer fans that are up and down about the films and stuff like that, and I think this is a film you can get behind and say, wow, you did a great Transformers film there, that was beautiful. I think there's going to be a lot more positive than negative on this. I know it in the critics, the IMDb's and stuff, they've scored it relatively high. I think it was sat on like 7.5 IMDb. Rotten Tomatoes like 89%. So I know it's doing well with the critics, but yeah, it smashed it for me. Absolutely awesome. Friggin' loved it. There we have it, visuals. My spoiler-free review of Transformers 1. So much fun. Go check it out now. It is out in cinemas. Like I said, I'll be going again tomorrow morning with Chris. We're going to have a nice bit of brekkie, and then next week we'll talk about spoilers and whatnot. But more importantly, visuals, let me know what you thought of my review. I always think I butcher the shit out of reviews, and I am Mr. Optimistic. I completely get it. So if you have watched it and you've got a negative thought, please let me know in the comments below. But more importantly, visuals, thank you so much for watching. You guys are literally the fucking best. We're always keep being you, and keep on keeping on. I could have ended with some sort of rollout, but missed opportunity.